Hello everyone. Today I am going to explain module number 2, Introduction to the Physical Layer and Services. Today's lecture, the subtopic bit transmission. Before going to the lecture number 12, we discuss or we take a small recap of lecture number 11. In previous lecture, we discussed about the satellite and telephone system. What is meant by satellite? Its types, frequency bands, advantages and disadvantages of the satellite will be discussed. As well as we define what is meant by telephone system. Then different types of telephone system, analog telephone system, first generation, second generation and third generation, and examples of telephone system we also discuss about. In today's lecture, whenever we transmit data from sender to receiver or a physical layer with the help of transmission media like coaxial cable to straight pair cable or fiber optics, then the data will be transmitted in the form of bit. Bit is a basic unit of the data, while data is transmitted from physical layer to the physical layer, that is to be measured in bit. So, bit transmission here will be discussed. So, bit transmission are simple, half duplex, full duplex. There is a transmission technologies. Then we also discuss about the parallel and serial transmission, synchronous and asynchronous. Then unit of a bit where the data will be measured. So let us begin. Then simplex transmission. The simplex transmission we can define. The simplex communication means that the communication can only flow in one direction, never black flow in another way. So this type of MCQ will be asked. So simplex communication or simplex transmission means the communication can only flow in one direction and never flow back in another way. That is called as a simplex transmission. So if you see here, here is a sender device, here is a receiver device. The blue dotted line indicates the flow of direction of data in only one way. There is a never flow back again from receiver to sender. So this type of transmission we call it as simplex transmission. Then half duplex transmission. The half duplex data transmission means that can be transmitted in both the direction on single carrier but not at the same time. So half duplex transmission where the data can be transmitted on both the direction on the single carrier or same bandwidth, but this can be done only at a single time, only single, means at the either can be send the data or either can be receive the data at the same time. Both the function will not be simultaneously performed in half duplex transmission. That is called as a half duplex. Why it is called as half duplex? Because both direction the data can be transmitted and received on a single carrier, but at a single time we perform only single operation. Either we can transmit the data or either can we receive the data. That is called as half duplex. Then full duplex. Full duplex data transmission means the data can be transmitted in both the directions on a single carrier at the same time. So simultaneously we can receive the data or we can transmit the data from sender to receiver or receiver to sender. So it is fully functional at the same time by using single carrier. Both the function will be performed. So that is called as a full duplex transmission. Then real life examples of simplex transmission: pager, then half duplex, telephone lines, Fassinger, duplex transmission that is dual carrier way. Then data transmission rates. How the data transmission rates are defined? Bits per second, kilobits per second, megabits per second. So there is the full form, and this is the bytes per also second. So 1 byte is equal to 8 bit. So to remember, and this type of MCQ, while dealing with the MCQ, will be asked. So to remember this slide. Then we go to the serial transmission. The transfer of a distance signal from one after another. Bits travel sequential manner along with the same wire. Send the information over a single line, one bit at a time, in modem to modem. That is called as serial transmission. So what is by serial transmission? Transfer of the discrete signal one after another. Bits are traveled sequentially along the same wire. Send the information over a single line, one bit at a time, as modem to modem connection. So whenever to transmit the data from over a single line, that is, we can say that this is a serial transmission and it is sequential manner on a same wire. Then parallel transmission. The parallel transmission, we can say that the simultaneous transmission of a group of bits over a separate of lines. The transmission 1 byte 8 bits within a computers. So each bit can be individual over a separate lines. So separate wires is allocated to each bit. That is called a parallel transmission, and this is the faster than the serial transmission. So parallel transmission are relatively fast, but it is limited for the distance. Before data is lost, as short as possible, no longer than 15 feet. So it is parallel transmission is suitable for short distance communication, not for long distance. So long distance communication only possible with the serial. As the length of the cable increasing, some error interface occur. That interface is danger to the crosstalk. That is the interference will be occur in parallel transmission. Serial transmission, not as fast as parallel transmission, can transmit the data for long distance. So this is to be remembered which type of transmission is suitable for long distance and short distance. That is to be very nicely to be remembered while dealing with the MCQ. Then we go to the asynchronous transmission as well as the synchronous transmission. First we will discuss about asynchronous transmission. In modem communication, a form of data transmission in which data is sent one character at a time. In addition, the parity bits usually sent to error checking. Avoid timing problem by not sending a long uninterrupted stream of bits. So that is called as asynchronous transmission. So here we use the parity bits as well as avoid the timing problem, not sending a long interrupt streams to bits. So start bit, parity bits and stop bit are the data bits. So this is the general structure of asynchronous transmission. This is the, we can say that this is the coding typical characteristic to send the asynchronous transmission over a channel. So this is the asynchronous transmission character form: start bit, stop bit, 5 to 8 bits are data bits, odd and even parity bits remain ideal next start bit. This is the ideal state. Second window form for the 8-bit asynchronous character streams: start bit, here the data bit, stop bit, start bit again. So here unpredictable time of interval between the characters. There are also asynchronous transmission, we will also explain. So here is the transmission timing, transmitter timing, receiver timing. So there is a no fixed transmission time and receiving time from the sender to receiver, effect of timing error. So we can explain there is a delay between transmission and reception of the bits. So what are the advantages of asynchronous transmission? Simple and cheap. Then disadvantage, requires overhead 2 to 3 bits per character. Start and stop bits are nothing but the overhead bits. Cannot send a large blocks or bits between the start and stop bits with great cultivative timing error. So timing error will be occur in asynchronous transmission. That is the biggest drawback or disadvantage of asynchronous transmission. Then we go to the synchronous transmission. Data transfer in which the information transmitted in blocks or frames of bits separated by equal time of interval. Blocks of bit is transmitted in steady stream without start and stop codes. Method. First method, how to transmit the synchronous transmission. Provide a separate clock line between transmitter and receiver. On the other side, use the same regular pulses as clock. This technique works all where for a short distance. Method 2, embedded the clock information in the data signal. So this is a synchronous transmission. 8 fat bit, then control fields, data fields, control fields, and 8 bit. So this is a preamble and this is a postamble. So this is the synchronous frame format for the synchronous transmission. So what are the advantages of synchronous transmission? First advantage, for sizable and larger blocks of data, synchronous transmission is more efficient than the asynchronous. Control information, preamble, postamble are typically less than 100 bits. Example, 48 bits of control, preamble and postamble within a 1000 character of block data. Each frame consists of 48 bits overhead and 8000 bits of the data. So overhead 48, so 0.6% only overheads are consist. So synchronous transmission are very useful as compared to the asynchronous. This will be asked in your exam, why synchronous transmission are more efficient than your asynchronous. So with the help of this example we can explain. So in this lecture we discuss about the bit transmission, simplex, half duplex, full duplex, serial, parallel, synchronous and asynchronous. So we can stop here. Please subscribe, like, share it my video, and if you have any doubt, please ask personally on my WhatsApp number or call personally, so we can provide more clarification for this subject. Thank you very much.